Hey everyone, and welcome back to the AI Tech channel. Let's cut straight to the chase. What if I told you that a phone call could cost you €1,000,000? And what if that phone call was from, well, you? Sounds crazy, right? But this isn't some futuristic thriller. This is happening right now, and it's shaking up the Italian fashion world and beyond. We're talking sophisticated AI scams, and the stakes are higher than ever. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the world of AI voice cloning, the risks it poses, and what it all means for you and your business. Okay, so here's the deal. Italian entrepreneurs and fashion bigwigs are being targeted by a particularly nasty scam. These guys are getting calls, often seemingly from the Minister of Defense, asking for urgent financial assistance. The hook? AI-generated voice clones. Scammers are using readily available tech to perfectly mimic the voices of trusted figures, making it incredibly difficult to tell what's real and what's a fraud. One entrepreneur reportedly lost €1,000,000. This isn't just about money. It's about trust, security, and the very fabric of how business is conducted. This isn't some phishing email. This is a targeted, sophisticated attack using cutting-edge AI. Think about the implications. What if your CFO got a call from you, needing an urgent transfer? Could they tell it wasn't you? Scary stuff. Let's break down the immediate impact. First and foremost, we're talking about serious financial loss. €1,000,000 gone is €1,000,000 gone. But it's not just the money. Reputations are on the line. Even being targeted by a scam like this can damage your credibility. People start to wonder if you're gullible, if your security is lax. Then there's the scramble for increased security. Companies are going to be tightening their belts, implementing stricter protocols for communication, financial transactions, everything. And of course, the Milan prosecutors are on the case, which means investigations, legal battles, and a whole lot of headaches. This is already a costly headache for business owners. It's like a stone thrown in a pond. The ripples just keep spreading. But the damage doesn't stop there. This scam is going to have a ripple effect across multiple industries. Think about the insurance industry. Demand for fraud insurance and cybersecurity policies is going to skyrocket, which means higher premiums for everyone. Cybersecurity firms are going to be swamped with requests for help, especially those specializing in AI-based voice cloning detection. Banks are going to be reviewing their wire transfer procedures, especially for international accounts, and implementing stricter verification processes. Public relations firms will be busy helping companies manage the reputational fallout. And crucially, this is going to increase scrutiny and regulation of AI technologies, especially regarding voice cloning and deepfakes. This is the kind of event that forces everyone to reevaluate their security posture. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. This scam has the potential to erode trust in institutions and individuals, especially among high-net-worth individuals and in the business community. This could lead to a more risk-averse investment environment. If businesses become overly cautious due to fear of fraud, it could slow down investment and economic activity. Governments may introduce stricter regulations to combat fraud, which could increase compliance costs for businesses. We might see increased funding for public awareness campaigns to educate the public about scams and fraud prevention. And ultimately, this will drive further investment in AI and cybersecurity technologies to detect and prevent increasingly sophisticated fraud attempts. This is a wake-up call, folks. The game has changed. So, what can you do? The key is defense. Invest in robust cybersecurity measures. Educate your employees about the risks of voice cloning and deepfakes. Implement multi-factor authentication for all critical systems. Verify requests for funds through multiple channels, not just voice. Be skeptical of urgent requests, especially those involving large sums of money, and stay informed about the latest AI scams and fraud techniques. The bad guys are constantly evolving, and you need to be one step ahead. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It's better to be paranoid and protected than trusting and bankrupt. Now, let's switch gears and talk about something completely different: circular fashion. While the AI scam highlights immediate, urgent risks, the circular fashion movement presents a set of longer-term, more strategic risks. The goal is admirable: to create a more sustainable and responsible fashion industry by reducing waste, pollution, and resource depletion. But is it all smooth sailing? Not quite. A recent report highlights the challenges in scaling circularity, and there are some potential pitfalls we need to be aware of. This is where good intentions meet complex realities. The good news is that there's a growing movement towards circularity in the fashion industry. The first-order impacts are all positive. We're seeing increased collaboration among supply chain players, which is essential for tackling the challenges of circularity. Reports are identifying the systemic barriers hindering progress, providing valuable insights for the industry. Companies are sharing best practices and learnings, which helps everyone improve. And we're seeing the potential for pilot projects implementing circularity solutions within companies' supply chains. The focus is shifting from linear models to socially and ecologically regenerative and responsible practices. This is all about creating a more sustainable future for fashion. The push for circular fashion is also creating opportunities in adjacent industries. The textile recycling industry is seeing increased demand for its services and technologies. Sustainable material suppliers, like Lensing, are benefiting from the growing market for recycled materials. Fashion brands are facing increased pressure to adopt circularity practices and offer more sustainable products. Consulting firms are seeing increased demand for their sustainability consulting services. And technology providers are developing solutions that enable circularity, such as traceability and material identification technologies. The circular economy is taking shape, and it's creating new opportunities for businesses across the board. If circular fashion takes off, the long-term benefits could be significant. We could see a dramatic reduction in the environmental impact of the fashion industry, with decreased waste, pollution, and resource depletion. The circular economy could create new jobs in textile recycling, sustainable materials production, and related businesses. Consumer behavior could shift towards increased demand for sustainable and circular fashion, leading to changes in purchasing habits. Governments may introduce policies to promote circularity, such as extended producer responsibility schemes. Companies that embrace circularity could enhance their brand reputation and attract environmentally conscious consumers. And we could see greater transparency in fashion supply chains, driven by requirements for tracking recycled materials and documenting sustainable practices. This is the vision of a truly sustainable fashion industry. But here's the catch. Circularity isn't without its risks. One of the biggest concerns is greenwashing. Companies may make misleading claims about their circularity efforts, which can damage their reputation and erode consumer trust. There's also the risk of unintended social consequences, such as job losses in traditional industries or unfair labor practices in recycling facilities. The lack of clear standards and regulations for circularity can create confusion and uncertainty for businesses. And companies may face increased scrutiny from regulators and consumers regarding their environmental performance and circularity claims. It's crucial to be aware of these risks and to address them proactively. Another challenge is the technological limitations of current recycling technologies. Not all materials can be easily recycled, and some recycling processes are still too expensive. There's a need for further innovation in areas such as material design, recycling technologies, and business models to fully enable circularity. Transitioning to circular value chains can be complex and may disrupt existing supply chains. And investments in circular innovations may not yield the expected returns if systemic barriers are not addressed. The road to circularity is paved with challenges, and it's important to be realistic about the obstacles. So, what does all this mean for investors? Circularity is a long game. It requires patience, vision, and a willingness to take risks. It's important to carefully evaluate the sustainability claims of companies and to look beyond the marketing hype. Consider the potential risks and challenges associated with circularity and don't expect overnight success. But if you're willing to invest in the long term, circular fashion could offer significant rewards, both financially and environmentally. It's about finding the right balance between profit and purpose. It's all about understanding the risks and rewards before you invest. All right, let's wrap things up. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the shocking AI voice cloning scam targeting Italian entrepreneurs to the challenges and opportunities of circular fashion. The key takeaway is that risk management is essential in both cases. Whether you're protecting your business from AI fraud or investing in sustainable solutions, it's crucial to be aware of the potential pitfalls and to take proactive steps to mitigate them. The world is changing rapidly, and businesses need to adapt to stay ahead of the curve. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and always prioritize security and sustainability. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the AI Tech channel. Don't forget to subscribe,